Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara and today I'm doing a freshman college advice video, and this is something I have wanted to do for years. I'm about to be a senior in my undergraduate program and I am just so happy. I think I've had a really good college experience and it's definitely something I want to share with you guys. And I don't know, just help anyone who may be, anxious about college. If you have any questions that I do not answer in this video, please leave them down below and I will either reply to your comment or just make a part 2 advice video, depending on how many, questions I get and stuff. But I just thought this would be a great video for me to film. In high school, I did not have the best high school experience, and that can be a complete other video if you guys are interested in just kind of how I got through high school, even though, under the circumstances I didn't have the most great time. But yeah, that will be something completely different, and I'm just going to get on into the freshman college advice now. So the first thing I have to say is going to be, an obvious one, but that is just to make friends wherever you can. I know in the first week of moving and stuff, we had all these different orientations for you to make friends and branch out, and I did not take advantage of that. I just moved in my stuff and then I kind of spent the most of the time with my parents because I was so sad to be leaving them. Even though I didn't have the greatest high school experience, I was so close with my family and I still am, and I think going to college, that was one of the biggest things I struggled with, was missing them. I only live 2.5 hours away, so it's perfect for weekend trips home and stuff like that. But I definitely just think that you need to take advantage of the opportunities in front of you. I go to a school with thousands and thousands of other students who come from, a ton of different backgrounds, and I just think, I think that's one of the coolest things about college, is you're getting all these different, perspectives and whatever else, cultures and all that stuff, and I think that's a beautiful thing. So in the first few weeks of living in the dorms, I really tried my best to talk to everyone, and I think everyone should do that. I think you should try and know the people you live with, and I think you should, take advantage of all opportunities that are around you. And I just think that you shouldn't get discouraged if you see, a ton of people with a ton of friends and, I remember being so discouraged because I felt so alone after not going to orientation and stuff like that. I was like, all these people have all these friends, but really it may just be that they met at orientation and they're just hanging out, good for them. That's what you should be trying to do. Or they may have come from a high school nearby or, in the state, and they all went to college together and that was their plan. So I definitely think you should take advantage of making friends at orientation, in your dorm, in your classes. If you're in extracurricular activities, that's obviously going to be a great way to make friends, even if it's in, underwater basket weaving. There's still so many different ways you can meet people and make friends, and I just suggest trying to do as much as you can. I know a lot of people are super shy and super anxious going into college, but you need to push those walls. I'm not saying leaps and bounds go past those boundaries. That's going to be incredibly hard if you are super anxious about meeting friends. I know I was that way, but you definitely need to just try and get out of your comfort zone, at least to make some friendships. And I will say, you may make friends and those friendships may break super easily. You are going to a new place and, all these other people are as well. And you may just not click with people like you thought you did. I know I'm speaking from experience because in freshman year, I had a really good friend. We were kind of known as being really good friends with each other, and it turned out to not be that way. A few months later, she left school, she went to a different school, and, we kind of broke apart before that. And I think that's okay. You just have to accept that, you know, there's going to be all these people, they're going to probably act different, you're going to act different, you're going to want to be in this super social environment and just kind of, you know, I don't know, change your personality or whatever to really fit in, but you don't need to do that. You should just be yourself and make friends naturally. And yeah, that's my best advice for making friends in classes or in other opportunities like orientation, and any extracurricular activities you can get into is great. So living in a dorm is not, you know, the most pleasant experience. At least for me it wasn't. I shared a bathroom that had like 3 stalls and 3 showers between like, I want to say like 18 girls. I don't remember exactly, but there was a bunch of us and we all shared it on the same floor. And sometimes it can get pretty gross, and you know, I just think you gotta just live through it, try and make it as clean as you can, and then hopefully other people will do the same and, you know, take care of what they need to take care of. I just remember so many gross things happening in the showers and in the bathroom, and one of my biggest tips of advice is just to have shower shoes that you wear in the shower, because those floors get pretty nasty. That's all I'm gonna say. If you have a shower caddy, try and get one you can hang and not put on the floor, because yeah, it's not good. But other than that, another advice I would have for your dorm decorating is just to make it as homey as possible. I had a bunch of photos that I put in from, you know, my friends back home or my family back home, and I just think, you know, you need to kind of make it resemble as much as you can of your hometown, or, you know, just being comfortable in your own place. I tried to also have a bunch of pops of color and like blankets everywhere, pillows everywhere, just so it really felt like, you know, this is the place I'm gonna be for months, you know, and you need to make it feel comfortable. You need to be comfortable where you are, or else, you know, being homesick is gonna happen a lot easier, I think. And I don't know, that's what worked for me. Do whatever works for you to make it feel as homey as you can, even though it's your home away from home. Another part about dorm living that I especially remember is people are loud all the time. At least my dorm was. I don't know if everyone's was that way, but I remember I lived above one of my really good guy friends. The bottom floor was all guys and then my floor was all girls, and the guy below me knew that I tried to study, you know, as much as possible, and he would just blare music all day, and eventually I just said, I can't study in my room, I'm going to be too distracted, there's too many people, too many noises, and I started utilizing study rooms or libraries or even just random buildings on campus. I would just go in and sit wherever I could and study, and I think that's also good because it helps you get out of your dorm and you're not just stuck in, you know, this one place all the time. So this next piece of advice may not fit for everyone, but I go to a huge school, and our lecture halls can be pretty big. They can be like 400 people, which is almost as big as my graduating class from high school. So just taking that into account, you want to make sure you're paying attention. You want to make sure you're, you know, up close in the class. At least for me, I get super distracted if I'm in the back of the lecture hall and I can see all these people doing all this stuff or whatever. And try and make friends in your classes so you can get notes from them, even if it's just like a class friendship. Like I have so many classroom friendships that where we would text about homework or, you know, talk on Facebook, whatever, just super easy stuff that will help you feel not so alone in a huge class. And another part is teachers are not going to care like they did in high school. And I know people say that all the time, but it's so true. You know, you're not going to be reminded every week that you have this huge paper due. You kind of just have to pay attention and plan for it. And something that I always do, I don't care if it's lame at all, I always try and talk to my teachers if I at all feel stressed or worried about the class. I always go in and make the teacher know that I'm trying. And if you show the teacher that you are putting in effort, you are, you know, going to their office hours and you are doing the homework, they are gonna goes so much easier on you rather than if you're just a name. And also, I think it's probably just good to know your teachers in general, just in case you ever need a letter of recommendation, or if you ever have them again, they may go even easier on you because you've had a previous class with them. And I know I've done that multiple times and it has worked out so well, so I don't know. I just always try and talk to my teachers, talk to my TAs, whatever. I just always try and make it known that I'm here and I am trying, and yeah. And the last piece of advice I have is what I've kind of already gone over, but it's just to take advantage of your opportunities. So being in a new environment can be super scary, super stressful. I completely understand. I was there 3 years ago, but I definitely think that if you just really embrace college and if you really put yourself out there, you will get exactly what you put into it. I can go into more of all the things I've kind of done in college. For example, I've studied abroad. I have lived in 2 different apartments each year. I think that helps you kind of learn more about people, the people you're around and your neighbors that you live with. I'm also involved in marching band. I've been involved in a research lab, and there are just so many things that I've tried to be involved in, and I've met so many great people because of that, and I've also really grown as a person from doing, all these different things, and I definitely just think that is the best advice I can give. And again, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I hope everyone has as great of a college experience as I have had, and I just want to help anyone however I can. So leave those comments and concerns down below. I would love to talk to you guys about this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.